Good morning, welcome back to a brand new video. It is a very grey day here in Portugal on Miracle Mountain. You can see the beautiful autumnal colours around me. It's absolutely stunning time of year, probably one of my favourites. You get all of the fog coming up the valley, all of the atmospheric light, and the mountain just lit up in certain ways that you just don't get other times of the year, and obviously all of the autumnal colours as well. It's just yeah, it's fantastic. The lake is currently looking like I've filled it with chocolate milk. This has actually never happened before. Normally all of the water that goes into the lake is pretty much crystal clear, and that's because it's filtered through various ponds down the mountain. There has been logging going on further up at the very top of the mountain, and that means that all of the trees that hold back the earth and the various different dirt tracks and stuff like that has just been eroded and washed down onto Miracle Mountain, and is now in the lake. It will settle, it's perfectly fine, it's not a problem. It will go over time. I will insert some clips while I'm talking now to show you how harsh the rain was. It was like there was different waterfalls coming all the way down the property and down the side of the mountain. But I'm happy to say all of the work over the last 3 years that I've put into Miracle Mountain with the water systems is working 100% correctly, and it's been tested the last week or so, and it's just worked flawlessly. So I'm super stoked about that. That's very positive news, and if that means the lake's a little bit dirtier than it normally is, then so be it. I'm just walking to let the animals out, so the goats and the chickens, so that they can free range for the day. But I just wanted to walk along the road a little bit just to show you how beautiful this time of year is with all the different colours. There's a ton of evergreens on Miracle Mountain, but also you have these trees that lose their leaves but just turn into the most magical colours. They drop their leaves all over the road, so that will need cleaning up, but it just looks like what you'd imagine autumn to be in the dictionary. The greyness today at Miracle Mountain feels a little bit like a metaphor of how the last couple of days have gone, because unfortunately I found out some really sad news about Bella and her health. You having fun there, Matilde? Scratching your head on the twig? Oh, the chickens are raring to go today, aren't you? Come on then, out you come. Out you come. So the goats are now, I don't know if you can see that, following me up to the house, and they spend the whole day just grazing around the lake. This is what I do every single morning. This is like my morning routine. Have breakfast, come down, let the animals out, and then get on with some work. Me and the goats are just arriving at the back of the house, and then I'm gonna leave them to it for the day. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a funny few days here at Miracle Mountain because I got some really sad news about Bella, and the fact that she has an enlarged heart and she's got a heart condition, and I'll explain more about that in a little bit. Also myself, I had to go to the doctors yesterday because I've got a chest and ear infection, so if I sound a little bit weird, it's because I basically can't hear anything right now, but I've got medication. Hopefully that will clear up soon, but I just have to crack on. I live here alone, there's work that needs to be done, and I'm going to rest as much as possible, but there's also stuff I need to do today. I'm going to bring you guys along with me. I also picked up these Meta Ray-Ban sunglasses, which have transition lenses, so I can walk inside and they go completely clear, and I'm really impressed with them. And I've started filming content on these because it means that I can get a nice angle, POV, and I don't have to hold a camera, and I can film more of my daily life for you guys on social media. So if you're not following me on Instagram or TikTok, then head over there and follow me, because there's lots of cool content coming up. And I actually filmed Bella's vet visit on these glasses, so I'm going to play that clip right now. Come with me while I take my beautiful three-legged, one-eyed rescue dog Bella to the vet. Unfortunately, it's just been found out that Bella has an enlarged heart and her heart is not pumping the blood around her body as quickly as it should be. She's also got water on her lungs, so she needs various different checks, and I'm having to drive an hour and a half to a specialist to make sure she gets the best care possible. I had to jump out of the truck and clean the window because I couldn't actually see out of it, and Bella looked a little bit confused on what I was doing, but I jumped back in the truck, made sure that she was doing okay and ready for the journey ahead, and then we made our way down my driveway. I have the world's longest driveway, so I've edited this section up quite a lot so you don't have to watch the whole journey from my house down to my front gate. But it is looking beautiful and the colours are amazing at this time of year. So I realised that I needed to get fuel, just listening to a little bit of Task Force. I'm pulling up at the fuel station. This truck absolutely rinses fuel, so luckily diesel isn't hugely expensive at the moment in Portugal. It's probably going to take me about half a tank of fuel to get to the vets and back just today. So I'm pretty sure it's about 83 euros to fill up the tank this time. Obrigado. Right, fuel's paid for. Now me and Bella jump on the motorway. Bella's looking nice and relaxed. Vishu, the city that I'm going to, is a beautiful city. It's full of greenery, trees, lovely fountains. And here's Bella, she's doing really well. She did wee on the blanket, that's perfectly fine. So I'll put that in the back of the truck bed. And now here we are. We're off, free roaming in the city, heading to the vets, and she did amazing on the lead. You cannot walk her property on the lead, but when she's in a city she's very well behaved. And here we were entering the vets and they asked me to leave her for an hour for the scan, so I got my skateboard and headed to the skate park. Nice. It was actually a really cool concrete skate park. I'll definitely be back, but I didn't have much time. It was time to head back to the farm, head up to the house with Bella, and I decided to give her a little treat, some salmon, and she absolutely loved it. Said hello to Furrnando, my other cats, and we all just hung around the lake for a little bit before letting the chickens and also the goats out. I always walk the goats up to the house so that they can eat all of the weeds around the house and also the lake. Follow me for more videos of my life in Portugal. So after a long day of feeding my animals and working on my farm, I like to unwind, but not just with mindless scrolling. Lately, I've been relaxing with June's Journey, who's this brilliant detective solving mysteries in the glamorous 1920s. It's a hidden object mystery game that really pulls you in. Each scene is like a visual puzzle. You've got to spot every clue to uncover really what happened in June's story. And between solving cases, you can decorate your own island. And I've been adding gardens, fountains, and basically turning it into a little paradise of my own. It kind of feels like my own homestead, but with fewer goats chewing on things. I love that it's calm, beautiful, and gives me that feeling of progress, like building something piece by piece. June's Journey is sponsoring today's video, and you can download it for free right now. Just click the link in my description or scan the QR code on screen. It's available for iOS, Android, and PC. Go solve a few mysteries, build your dream island, and tell me what you find, and maybe I'll see you there. So I'm kind of happy that my eyes are obscured a little bit from you guys, because it's been tough. I rescued Bella about a year ago, and everything I've had going on, she's always been there by my side, looking after me, as well as I look after her. It's just a great partnership, and she sleeps in the bed with me. We cuddle up in the evenings and watch YouTube and hang out together 24/7 pretty much. So to hear that she has a serious heart condition and also fluid on the lungs, she's now on 3 tablets a day, and one of them tablets is every 12 hours. So it's quite a process. I've set an alarm on my phone, so I make sure she always has her tablets on time, but they don't know her life expectancy. Unfortunately, it could be any time. but she's still running around. She's still having an absolutely amazing time here at Miracle Mountain with all of the space to free roam around and just enjoy herself. So she seems happy, which is the main thing, and she doesn't seem like she's in any pain, which is incredible. So I just want her to live out the rest of her life. I mean, nothing's changed really, because she's already living her best life here at Miracle Mountain and doing whatever she pleases, whenever she pleases. But now I just know, and I can just give her even more love, even more treats. She loves eating that salmon, and just give her everything that she deserves.
I wanna see a brand new country, one I ain't never seen before. Head out west toward milk and honey, find a brother to share my love. I rely on the kindness of strangers, keep me from wanting.
So I have just arrived at the workshop, and the first thing on today's agenda is to switch from the UTV into the tractor and then take that down to my new property, because I noticed the other day that there's a fallen tree that has the potential to block a water source, and we have a huge amount of rain coming to this area in Portugal over the next couple of days, and I don't want it to flood the field or to cause any problems. So I'm going to head into the workshop, pick up the chainsaws and get some work done. I've got to say though, these colours just never get old, especially with all of the fog on the mountains above the house. You can see there, it's just gorgeous. I think I mentioned on one of the last videos that I've had some issues with the battery on the tractor, so I'm really hoping that it fires straight up and I can get the work that I need to get done with the tractor. Yeah, there's power, so that's good. Just make sure it's out of gear. Get it started. There we go. It's always nice when vehicles start first time. I'm just warming up the tractor. I'm going to load the chainsaw and everything into the front bucket and then head down to the new property. Right, everything is ready to go. I've loaded up the tractor. I've got 2 chainsaws. I've got my safety chaps, which I know a lot of you guys are concerned when I'm using a chainsaw that I don't have any protection, but these are the protection for your legs for chainsaws, so they're very good. I got my helmet, some spare oil, some water, my tripod. Let's go and have some fun on my new property. I've just arrived on the tractor to my new property, and this is the situation that I'm dealing with. So it's probably quite hard to see, but there's a stream that runs down here, and this tree is basically in the stream, which isn't good. You can see down there, once you get some heavy rain, that's going to block the stream, and it means that all of the water is then going to flood this field, which I don't need. So this tree needs to be removed right now. It looks like the thick bit at the base of the tree is still attached, so I need to cut that and then try and chop it up into bits, maybe pull it out with the tractor. This is what I absolutely love doing, just being out with the tractor, the chainsaw, the UTV on a beautiful property, breathing in the fresh air and just getting on with some good, decent, hard work. So that was a big success. I managed to use the front bucket and its leverage to lift the tree up with a strap and just pull it back to this side of the stream. So I don't have to go with the chainsaw and stand in the stream or on a really steep bank with a stream underneath me.
There's another place in another town where things went right and we're all the down, floating around the prairie sky, still and die. I like the way you are, the way you see, the way you talk to little old me, the way you count from 1 to 3, and how you tie your shoes on. But you deserve the world and more, sunny skies and open doors, breeze of summers and easy winters and flowers in the springtime. But I wish I could give you more, all I have and all I don't. You must be leaving, the road is calling, don't leave the light on. Like sitting right here, talking to you about the birds and the trees and the morning dew. You make me feel like I'm bulletproof, like I've got it all. I've got nothing but my own 2 feet, my head half empty, hanging by the seams. The sky above and the ground beneath, and a lonesome highway's called. You deserve the world and more, sunny skies and open doors, breezy summers and easy winters and flowers in the springtime. But I wish I could give you more, all I have and all I...
Things are going really well. I've just stacked up all of the biggest pieces of the tree and stacked them off the ground so that they dry out so I can use them for firewood. The rest is just twigs and branches that are basically unusable for much else other than chipping, so I'll chip them eventually when I get round to it. You can probably hear it in my voice, I'm out of breath and I'm sweating. I've had to take my jacket off because one of the things with the ear infection is if I walk up an incline or do any exercise whatsoever, I just start sweating so much. But I guess that means it's coming out, so hopefully this will be over soon and I'll be back to my fighting fit self.
All I have and all I don't, you must be leaving, the road is calling, don't leave the light on. You deserve the world and more, sunny skies and open doors, breezy summers and easy winters and flowers in the springtime. But I wish I could give you more, all I have and all I don't. You must be leaving, the road is calling, don't leave the light on. You must be leaving, the road is calling, don't leave the light on.
So that is a very good job done. Nice, neat and tidy work. I'm happy with that, and I've stopped the problem that was about to occur with the heavy rains. The weather forecast is saying in a couple of days' time we're about to get 6 centimetres of rain in one day, and then the day after 3 centimetres of rain, and the day after that 1.5 centimetres of rain. So if it is correct, which at this time of the year it's very possible, it means that this stream is going to turn into a river, and the last thing I want is the tree blocking it. So I've fixed that problem. The tree is now out the way. There is, however, still the rest of the tree hanging over, but I've double checked it and it's completely secure. I'm sweating buckets and I'm pretty tired just from that. Obviously, doing this with an ear infection, it feels like I've just ran 5 kilometers sprint. So I'm happy with what I've done and I'll show you the rest. So that's the rest of the tree that I'm talking about. and it's not budging at all. I literally tried to drag it with the tractor and it needs cutting at the other end. So that is not going to fall into the river, and there's a nice clear flow now, and the water will be able to go exactly where it needs to go. And I've piled up everything here, nice, neat and tidy job. And then the tree behind it, well, the rest of the tree behind, that will come down as well when I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling pretty fulfilled after that. I've just put the tractor away in the workshop and now I'm going to jump in the UTV. Oh, head up to the house because I've been charging my angle grinder and I'm going to go down and do some work on my new house. I'll show you what I've got to do, but yeah, it's going to make it look way nicer. I'm back at the house and the goats have not moved one single bit. That's ridiculous. I was down there for a couple of hours and they're just in the same spot eating the same weeds. And just I was about to film, Margot and Mathilde in sync. One decided to poo, one decided to wee. So yeah, that was a nice welcome. Thank you, girls. But this is what I needed to come back to the house to pick up. It's the angle grinder, so I'm looking forward to doing what I'm about to do. So I'll catch you down at my new house. So this is it. These metal bars, they have to go. I don't want to feel like I'm living in a prison. They are sturdy bars, nothing's getting through that. It just seems a little bit ridiculous, and this, I wouldn't call it a repair job, but where they've clearly put the metal into the stone, they've just slapped, like, it looks like 1-1 concrete mix straight on the side of the stone wall, which isn't very nice. So I'll probably end up chipping this off eventually, but today's mission is just to remove these bars. It's a little bit confusing because Portugal is one of the safest countries in the whole of Europe. So why have you got metal bars on the outside of your house? The crime rate in the area where I live is, yeah, it's pretty non-existent. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they just like the feeling of being locked inside their own home. Who knows? But they're going. They look ugly, and I want to make this house as beautiful as I know it can be.
All I knew was shades of blue, rain tapping on the door. Tried to find a peace of mind and maybe something more. Looked around and all I found were lies and old regrets. Forgotten songs and faces in the name of my defense. But ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. And ain't nobody gonna hold my hand when things go right to wrong. And ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. And ain't nobody gonna hold my hand when things go right to wrong. Things go right to wrong.
Stopped along the road and watched the sunset disappear. A lit up sky and peace of mind had turned a souvenir. Cloudy days and my lost face had vanished in the rear. Yet I still think of him when times get hard and things ain't clear.
But ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. Ain't nobody gonna hold my hand when things go right to wrong.
Look at that, what an absolute difference. It looks so much better. Obviously, the work around the windows and the rendering on the outside is pretty appalling, to be honest. It's hard to look at. So there's definitely lots of patchwork to be done here. I need to chip off all of the old concrete around where it's been attached, the metal into the stone. But it just looks so much cleaner, especially once I get these blinds off. Probably end up putting proper shutters on here, taking the windows out, resealing them, sanding them back, and just making it so much nicer. Right, I'm gonna get on with the other one right now. It's funny how little jobs like that can be so satisfying. It looks so much nicer without the bars there and there. Let me try and frame that up so I'm in the middle. That to me looks like a house before it resembled a prison. Like, you don't want to live in a house where you have to have bars on the outside. It's just started to rain as well, so perfect timing. But you can see there's lots of clear up to do around the corners, around the whole window, to be honest. You can see this is the concrete they've just slapped on to keep the metal in the wall. So that's not ideal. That needs to come off and it look more uniform. I'm not really sure what type of render this is. It's almost like, I don't know, they've just slapped it on. It's not smooth, it's not rough, any uniform to it. It's very random. You've also got little bodges like this that will be coming off, and I'll be, like I say, probably putting proper shutters on here so in the summer you can lock all the sunlight out and keep it nice and cool. But I've managed to grind the metal down quite flat so I can cover that over once I've chipped everything off with more render. There's a little bit up here. It's just so ugly. I can't get over how ugly it is, but the fact that it's so ugly means that the final reveal, when it's all said and done and the house is fully complete and I do the final tour, means it's just gonna look so much nicer. I don't know if you can see that, but the paint is all over my hands. The paint that they use is just coming off, and you can see it's run all the way down the walls. It just looks, it's horrible. And this brown strip here that resembles something you do in the morning, that needs to go. So this will be a definite colour change. I've run out of time, like I just said, and it has just started raining. But you can see behind me, if I come over there and point the camera up, there's 2 windows on the 2nd story and they have bars on there as well. So I don't know what they thought. Some person was going to climb up to the 2nd floor, bring their own ladder to get through the tiniest window that I don't think, even if I smashed a window, I wouldn't be able to fit through it anyway. Maybe a child could fit through there. But obviously I've run out of time today. I've got one more job that I'm going to do and bring you guys along. But they're going to look so much better as well without the bars. I've just put my tools away inside the house, and it got me thinking, what were they storing in this house? Because it's just an old country house that an old family used to live in. So why did they need bars on the window? Leave your suggestions in the comments on why you think there was bars on these windows, because I know it was a holiday home for a long time, so there wasn't always here, but what are you protecting? Like the old mahogany table, the antiques maybe? I don't know. So the last job I need to do today is pick up this tarp right here. It's full of rubble, so I need to get the rubble out and then stick it in the back of the UTV. Oh, it's also full of water.
Kids are running around, climbing trees, picking the flowers and chasing the bees. Living off bread and only wine is gonna be fine by me. We've been staying inside for quite some time, living on the edges of a world gone by. We lost Bill Withers and we lost John Prine, picking up the pieces of a world gone by. In a world gone by, in a world gone by, picking up the pieces and staring at a ceiling of a clear blue sky. In a world gone by, in a world gone by, looking at the evidence, running out of medicine, everybody's crying and it's leaving us dry.
So I'm back at the house, but I saw Bella on the way down by the pond, and she decided to come back with me, probably because it's raining and she wants to come inside the house and get dry, maybe by the fire. I found the straps for the tarp, so now all I need to do is just drag this tarp all the way to my excavator and cover it over before the heavy rains. So these excavators are designed to sit out in the rain in all weathers, but the rain we've got coming up, I just decided it's better to cover it over. Like vehicles and, you know, machinery is always better stored inside. I just don't have the space to put this inside anywhere, but it'll be fine. Once I cover it over with a tarp, it will go through the winter. And actually, I'm going to be using this really soon to dig a new pond on my new property, which I'm very excited about. So there we have it. Me and Bella are just inside the house now. It's raining pretty hard outside. The fire has been lit. I absolutely loves it, don't you? So I'm going to end the video there. Thank you so much for all of the support from me and Bella. She's doing great. She is really doing well. She's still running around. She seems super happy, and that's the main thing. I hope you enjoyed it, seeing what I was getting up to, and I'm really going to start ramping up the renovations on my new house, starting now basically. So I've been in a little bit of a funny headspace with it all, as you can imagine, but now I feel like I'm in a place where I can really push forward and get lots of stuff done and make it into the home of my dreams. I'll catch you on the next video.